Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Oh, I'm pretty pissed about the donut situation.
I can tell.
I think glazed donuts are trash. There's no substance to them. I'm a man of substance. There's no substance to a glazed donut.
Just for the record, I like it better when Bart yells his opinion.
I just got a text. Hey, Bart sounds like he's having a great day.
It's the donut, man. It's the donut.
I had a very positive attitude this morning.
So what
and
happened?
then a series of events have transpired.
Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo
There we
show?"
go.
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Guys, we've had a heck of a week. You know, let's just be honest. I mean, it's gone off the rails a time or two. But I was listening to Bart there, and I mean, that was the conversation everywhere I went yesterday was, what about Bart? And then you got Petrino, and you got a trip to Tennessee. I mean, we got a lot of stuff.
Rocky Top waiting.
Rocky Top's waiting. But
Chuck got his laundry ready last night.
I did. You know, that was the thing I needed to do last night was wash clothes.
It was a
And
flurry to the finish.
there's a lot of activity going on yesterday and last night, I got to admit. You know, you get into bad habits during an open week, you know, in terms of all the little things, you know, and the little things Edward likes to talk about, you know, that we were talking about yesterday, the detail stuff.
Yep.
And I had a lot of details to work on last night, but I got it done.
You ought to try packing cubes if you don't have those.
Well, I mean, I have, you know, it's not like I'm packing a lot of clothes. I mean, we're going today, spending the night, game tomorrow.
Pretty
coming back.
efficient.
Yeah,
You don't
very
overpack
efficient.
for this
no,
trip?
No,
Like
no.
this extra swimsuit?
No,
An
no
extra
extra
shirt
pants in case you spill something.
coffee on
No,
it.
no,
none of that.
No.
So you were doing that last night, and I couldn't sleep. I mean, I had just go out and, you know, punch a bag or something after watching Cam Scatterby
I know.
last night.
I
couldn't, I just fire you up. I thought about running through a wall.
The football giants. I mean, that was fun to watch. Scatterbu's fun to watch. Jackson Dart's really good.
America's new team,
They may be.
the New York Football Giants.
They may be.
Jackson Dart high-fived an official.
I saw that.
The
I
guy-
saw the replay
The guy
this
has
morning.
his hands up or he's got one hand up, like for dead ball or whatever, and Scatterbu puts both hands up as if to try to high five the official, and then high fives him and walks away. Darts, man, what a game!
Oh, he was good.
Those
he was
guys
great.
are young and fun to watch.
Are the Eagles done? Are the Eagles finished?
They'll probably still win it all.
Think so.
I don't know.
What do you think, Edward?
They're done.
Yeah.
They're done. And it's a terrible product to watch on the field. The
Edward
Eagles
is our
offense.
resident
The Eagles
NFL
offense.
analyst.
He
From the 7-yard line, tush push after tush push after tush push. It was just mind-numbing football. And false starts every single time.
That's because you don't like them. If the Chiefs did that, you'd
No,
be
this
fine
is a
with it.
pretty popular opinion.
Right, but if it's your team and they're winning and they're scoring on that or they're making first downs, you don't care.
But nobody else is doing it.
I know, but you don't do it for
that's,
anybody
That's
else.
make-believe land. That's make-believe land. The Eagles
What
are the
fantasy
only
world do
ones
you
doing
live in,
this.
Bo?
That's the NFL
That's-
now. Fantasy football. That is what it is. It's make-believe land.
I had Cam Scatterbu in fantasy football, and it was awesome.
There you go. See, that's
Go
what you should
Giants.
that's what you should be concerned about.
Hey, I made a few notes here. Cubs beat the Brewers. Dodgers polished, the Dodgers polished off the Phillies.
Did you write polished?
Yeah, yes, I did. Detroit and Seattle play Game 5 tonight.
That's
Cubs and the Brewers Game
that's
5
the old
tomorrow
radio
night.
sportscaster.
That is it right there,
because
man.
you go through all the scores and
Real
you can't
quick,
you
yeah.
can't be like, you know, the
They beat
Dodgers
so-and-so,
beat
they-
the Phillies, the White Sox beat the Orioles. You can't keep saying the Kansas City Royals beat the Cubs. You got to go. They downed.
That's right.
They polished.
That's right.
off.
You got to have different ways
waxed.
to put it.
You
Beat.
gotta have all these-
Beat down.
You can't keep saying beat.
Polished off is like because they finished off
Yeah.
the series. You know,
Yeah.
they won the series.
Yeah, they put the Phillies out of their misery.
They did.
Oh, what a weird ending to a game.
It was strange.
It just shows
He
you
had
how
an easy
people-
out at first base.
Even professionals
They
freak
panicked.
out.
He panicked.
They
He
freak
just
out.
freaked
at
out in the
times.
moment.
We're so used to watching professionals play at such a high level and make hard plays look routine. When they become human for a minute, you can't
It
believe
cost
it.
them a game.
It did.
I mean, that's just the truth.
And they played great the last two games.
That's actually been pretty good. I mean, postseason. I stopped watching baseball about the 4th of July when the Cardinals tanked, but it's been.
That's
pretty
a really
good
sad
baseball.
summer for you.
Well, it is. I mean, it's just no good when they're.
How was your July 4th?
when they're not winning? Well, I was. I watched them play that day. Bart, how are you?
Hey, good morning,
I'm doing
Bart.
just fine.
Yeah, how are you this morning, Bart?
My understanding is David has replenished the breakfast fund, and
already
there will
called
be
in?
kolaches. Well, Bart's people call early. I mean, a star's been born this week. Let's be honest. They're not calling for you or me at 5:55. They're calling for Bart.
That's true.
And so Bart's going to go get breakfast later because that's what stars do.
I didn't know what a monster this would become.
I said good morning on the phone. He said, "Is Bart there?"
Yeah.
Is Bart
I
there
mean,
yet?
not even good morning, Edward. Just like, hey, is Bart there?
Do we need to get your own line?
No.
We get your own personal line?
No,
The
thank
Bart
you.
line.
Like
Call
Bart will
on
be
the
over there
Bart
having
line.
conversations off to the side, and then he'll raise his hand. Okay, this one needs to come on the air.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're doing a show the whole time, and he's over there in the Situation Room. It won't surprise me, Chuck, if we come back Monday and Bart says, "I have my own show."
Yeah. Well, it's okay.
It's called the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation
That's
Room
right.
with Bart Pullman.
That's right. All I know is Bart's going to come in cruising in a brand new truck here in a day or two, or he might take mine.
I've heard
And,
these stations that we're on are willing. They're willing to push the other shows back 2
Yes.
hours each,
I know.
so Bart can do a show right after hours,
I know. I know.
or maybe it's before. I can't remember.
It's definitely not.
Maybe
before.
it's at 4 a.m.
No.
Maybe it's from 4 to 6.
No.
The Chevy of
we
Fayetteville.
won't be doing that.
Yeah.
No.
Can you imagine Bart?
6 o'clock's a lot
4
to ask
a.m..
of Bart. No, 4 a.m.
4
Bart
a.m.
would be like,
Oh,
oh my God.
My goodness.
No. I would last a day.
Yeah. So are we going to get breakfast this morning?
I guess so.
You want to get up there early and make sure they get you the blueberry donuts you need?
All I know is she's going to bring that box to the counter. Bart's going to pay for it. And then he's going to open the box up just to make sure the donuts are right while she's watching. Aren't you, Bart?
Well, no, I'm just gonna make sure
He's
that
gonna
I'm gonna
watch
stay
her
at the counter
put
at
the
the counter
donuts
this time
in the box.
Yeah, that's right.
You know how entitled you have to be to walk off before they put the donuts in the box?
I'm a very trusting person.
That's entitlement. That's
No,
just
I
I'm used
trust-
to getting what I want. I told you what I want.
it's
going to be
trust.
in there, and it gets you every time. When
Bart,
you
it's
walk
basic
away,
human decency.
when you walk away before they're done putting it in, you left them on an island. You do. You leave them on an island. You're doing work here. I'm not. I'll be at the counter. Hurry your butt up. That's what you're saying.
I was
In essence, that's what you're
instructed. I was
saying.
instructed to go to the register, so I was
Nope.
following the rules.
Well, that's same as opening a door for your girlfriend. Like she might not. No, it's fine. No, it's not. I'm opening the door. Same thing. Go to the register. No, I'll be right here. I'll escort you.
Those
on
are
the other
very
side.
different scenarios.
Well, you never know. You never know what something might turn into. You almost always get the right donuts.
Yeah.
I'll bet they're right today, and I can't wait. Thank you, David, and thank you, Bart. For
What time are they going to be here?
yeah, when are they going to be here?
When
man?
are you getting them, Bart?
Probably shortly. It
Go ahead and
sounds
get
like
moving.
Chuck's hungry.
Well,
Well, I mean, it just.
I really wasn't thinking about it
I think-
until David called in, and then you get to thinking about, well, the breakfast fund's been replenished. Bart's got gas money.
I'm thinking
so we
how
can
the
you know,
show
we can eat.
really took off after Bart went to get donuts yesterday.
Yeah, it did.
And so why not get it started earlier?
Well, that's right. It's a very it's a very good
yeah,
point.
that's what I'm kind of thinking.
Yeah.
But Tennessee this weekend.
Yeah, I got to admit, and I know people are going to say, "Man, you're drinking the Kool-Aid." What are you looking at, Bart?
I
What
was
are you
just
laughing at?
laughing at the segue.
Well, just get on with it. Just get on with it. Like, let's get you off the
That's
mic
right.
and get you in the vehicle and down to
Okay,
Rick's.
okay.
Get you into breakfast
okay.
mode.
Okay.
Get you into breakfast
Just get you
mode.
rolling. Tell everybody we said hi. And if they're not listening to the Chuck and Bo show, tell them to turn it on.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about them for a
Yeah.
while.
Have them.
I will.
In fact, I'd take the hat. Actually, leave the hat on.
Leave the hat
Leave the
on.
Chuck and Bo hat on,
Absolutely, yeah.
and be like, "You guys listen to the
I
radio
know.
right now?
Where'd you get that hat?
Chuck and Bo are down there talking about you.
Where'd you get that hat, man?
Yeah, you want a hat? Here.
Yeah. Go in there and pass out hats.
$25.
It'll be $50
Edward.
and a dozen blueberry donuts.
That's another thing we could do. We could buy, let's say, 100 hats, and we could have you strategically place them in businesses, sports bars, restaurants,
throughout Northwest
yeah,
Arkansas.
bakeries throughout Northwest Arkansas. You kind of sneak behind the counter when no one's looking, and you just put it in a place amongst the other decorations.
Yeah.
Casually leave it behind.
Yes, and then it will be like if you spot
Scavenger
a Chuck
hunt.
and Bo hat, take a picture, send it to us, and you win a prize. You win breakfast with Bart.
You get the hat. You could just take it.
You get the hat. Scan the QR code on the hat, and you get right to Bart, and he'll take care of you. But, yeah, this game on paper.
You know, when you look at it on paper, there's not much reason to think Arkansas is going to win the game. But I got to tell you, though, and I'll admit, it's because I've been nostalgic this week, for the old days. I will admit that. I'll also admit I'm sitting here today thinking, man, I got a chance to go over there and beat these guys because I'm like everybody else. I associate Bobby Petrino as the head coach with Arkansas going to places and winning. I also remember the way he instilled confidence in his players. He did it in a variety of ways, and all coaches do. I mean, sometimes it's through fear. Sometimes you just scare them to death. Sometimes it's through preparation, and I really think that's goes to the heart of the matter with Petrino. Sometimes the confidence comes through preparation, but however you get there, he's always done a very good job of having confident teams walking into the stadium. You feel it when you walk in. Now, look, everybody may feel it for 15 minutes tomorrow afternoon, and then you may not be feeling it anymore. I get that possibility. But I don't think so. I'm not saying Arkansas is going to go over there and play the best game they played in years, beat Tennessee, and, we're all going to live happily ever after. But I expect it to be a whole lot different than what we've seen.
Yeah, what do you think he's worth in a game? What a week of preparation, practice, all those things. We've talked about it as an offensive coordinator. Now he's the head coach. What is the Bobby Petrino difference? And we can say, oh, it's early and they had a bye week and, they just had 3 practices to kind of get through the change and now they're into game week and planning. So it's really not that much time. But he acted quickly, decisively, knew exactly what he wanted to do, had a message to the team on hey, this is the way things are going to be, things about change, getting used to it, will improve as fast as your attitude allows us to. And what does that look like on Saturday? What will the Bobby Petrino difference be on Saturday? Will it be visible? Will we know? Will you see it play out on the field? I'm not necessarily talking about a win. That would be obvious. But will we see a team that looks different?
I expect them to look different defensively. For all the talk about the offense. And, when you talk about Petrino, that's the first thing you think about. It's the offense. It's only natural. But I think he can have an effect defensively. I'm not talking about a dramatic effect. I'm not talking about 14, 21 points a game difference. I'm not talking about that. Touchdown. With the exception of Notre Dame, hold the other guys to one less touchdown, you're winning. You're 4-1 right now. And you've probably, at least gave a great effort against Notre Dame. Might not have won, but, the effort would have been better. So I actually will be wondering and be watching. I want to know how this team plays on defense. They got new staff over there, man. I mean, they got new coaches over there. They've had like 10 days together. It's not like it's in any way, shape, or form a carryover. There's some, but the whole attitude has changed, and it needed to. So I'm going to be anxious to see that side of the ball. I expect them to be good on offense. And both sides can help each other for sure.
We're back to an Arkansas game weekend. Okay, here we go. The bye week's out of the way. You got a new coach. You got a new look, what we think's a new look team. Do they have a new attitude? Are they playing different? What's going to happen tomorrow in Knoxville? 877-377-6963. Friday night football all over our state. VarsityVibeArkansas.com. Sign up for the newsletter. It's free. Check out the podcast, Varsity Vibe AR, all over social media to keep up with what's happening tonight in high school football all throughout the state. 6:16, Bart's gone to get breakfast, so who knows what the rest of the show might look like. You won't want to miss it, because when Bart returns, we're going to get into all kinds of Bart's feelings. We had to get him out of the room for the Bobby Petrino difference.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we had to get him out of here for that.
We had to get him out.
His head might have exploded.
But he'll be back, and he'll react, I'm sure.
Yeah, what's your point?
You want my point?
Yes, I asked for it. Make it.
Point.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want real action, and the wait is over. Live racing is back. Every weekend brings big moments, big crowds, and your chance to feel the thrill of a big win. The holiday racing season begins Friday, December 12th, and runs through January 4th. Then, the excitement returns with the classic racing season, January 30th through May 2nd. It's racing, it's winning, it's everything you've been waiting for. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home. The two best guys in mediocre sports radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
JD's in Fayetteville. JD, good morning.
Bo, are you an idiot or what?
Oh, absolutely.
I tell you, I just wanted to give you a soundbite, to be honest. I don't think you're an idiot. I love your show.
That's a good one, though.
That's a good drop.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you committed to a winning football program?
That's right.
Bobby Petrino on Tennessee
Well, they're obviously a very good football team. They've scored a lot of points, so they're gonna be a challenge for our defense. We've got to be able to stop the run first, and then disrupt the quarterback, hit him a little bit, and put pressure on him, and not let him just be in an easy rhythm standing back there. So if we're able to do that, then I think we get the ball back for the offense. And last year when we played these guys, we were pretty dedicated to keeping the ball and keeping their offense on the sideline. So our ability to drive the football, get to third and medium, get to third and short, convert those downs, play some defense with our offense, I think is a good way to attack them.
That's what he's talking about.
I just love hearing him talk.
I watched a little bit of Tennessee's last game last night. They played Mississippi State. They had an open week too.
Oh, he didn't even get a box. He got bags.
And they got after Aguiar. He threw 2 picks in that game. So maybe if they get after him, he'll throw 2 in this one. How'd it go over there, Bart?
It went just fine.
Yeah, went okay.
Yeah, everything good.
Everything's great.
Okay,
that's awesome.
You didn't get the box this time. You just went for bags.
Well,
that's how they brought it.
She asked me if bags were okay, and I was like, yeah, that's fine.
I wouldn't agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, the way that you come in here when you have the box and then you walk over to Edward and you unveil what's in the box, that's when yesterday went south.
Part of the presentation.
When he presented.
He opened the box to present to Edward, and it was wrong.
What's that? And then the rest was literally history.
Yeah.
Documented history.
That's right.
Of Bart completely off the rails. That's Brent and Cersei. Brent, good morning.
Brent.
Good morning, Chuck and Bo. How are you guys?
Great. How are you?
Man, I am fabulous. I'm fixing to get in the car and head towards Knoxville, baby.
Is that right?
Look out.
Road tripping. How far is the drive? How far is the drive from Cersei, Brent?
7 to 7.5.
Okay.
Well, you'll have a great time. Nice road trip's going to be a beautiful day for a drive.
What do you do with that windshield time? You listen to Chuck and Bo reruns, or what do you do?
I listen to audio books.
What's your favorite audio book, Brent?
Oh, I'm a big fan of Michael Conley, James Patterson, that kind of genre. When I'm feeling like I need to be a little romantic, I listen to a little Daniel Steele,
Wow.
You're feeling like
romantic.
You need to be a little romantic.
Yeah.
Say less.
Yeah. Hey,
don't tell us anymore, Brent.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Yes.
Oh, please do.
You know that person that calls from Ozark?
Brian.
Yes.
Is that a mole?
What do you mean?
Do y'all have him call in every day?
No. This
is
is
it a plant by
he
us?
is not a plant by us.
We don't have any of those. We will call Eddie occasionally or text Eddie and say, hey, Eddie, we haven't heard from you. And we know he's been going through a tough time, but we love hearing from Eddie.
Oh, is he?
And he's
I got to call and check on him. Is he okay?
you'll have plenty of time. It's not anything new. He's told us about, his wife having some health struggles over the summer, and that it's taken, a lot of time, and he hasn't had as much time to call the show. But my point is that we need a little injection of Eddie's optimism sometimes, but we don't have anybody that we set up to call the show as a mole. Brian's just like naturally a jackass. And he calls in.
There you go.
Yeah, and he calls in, so it's 6:23. It's early enough, right? Like, I could say that. I was just being real.
I didn't know you could say jackass on the radio, but he is a first-class jackass.
Now that you've said it, Bo, Brent's going to say it 5 times before he gets off the air.
You got to pick your spots, Brent, normally before 6:30.
Yeah. That's the adult
we got it in
hour.
before 6:30.
Yeah, it's the adult hour. Yeah, go ahead.
I totally expect us to go up there and take care of business tomorrow afternoon.
– Just like that. Go in there, flip the switch.
What does taking care of business mean, Brent?
That means, what does taking care of business means? That means taking care of the small stuff first, lining up correct on defense, getting a great stance, great get-off. Everything Coach Petrino.
Yeah.
A fellow disciple.
Yes.
And
that's right.
And we finally got someone and I don't mean this as a slight towards anybody, so don't. We finally
Yes,
got
you
somebody
do.
that's going to make our players accountable, and the players want to try to please. I mean, they want to do their best for Coach Petrino. I really believe that with all my heart and all my soul.
Well, I don't know if they want to do it for him or they just feel like they've got to do it or it's going to make them better or what the reason is. But it all starts in practice. That's where it starts, and I think they practiced differently this week. I know they did. We've heard them talk about it, and last week.
Well, I hope they did because that practice the first 4 weeks was going nowhere.
Well, we'll see we'll see. We're gonna find out if you're right on Saturday. Hey, I got an audio book for you, Brent.
What's that?
Matthew McConaughey, Green Lights.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna read that next.
No, get it off Audible and listen to it on the way to Knoxville. You won't be able to turn it off. He narrates it. It's hilarious. Try not to read it while you're driving. Just listen to it.
No, I meant I was gonna listen to it next after I finish these books I'm on right now. But yeah, I've seen it.
All right,
I can't wait.
That's what I have for you.
Brent, have a great trip, man.
You too, Chuck. Be safe.
We'll see you.
Thanks, Brent. We'll talk Monday, I'm sure.
Edward and Brent, fellow disciples.
Fellow disciple. It just came pouring out of me.
I'll tell you how much of a disciple Brent is. He's not traveling the natural state for high school football tonight.
Nope.
He's going to Knoxville.
He's going to look at some of the finished product out there.
Yeah.
He's been talking.
Hey, there are a number of Razorback fans, and we heard from some of them in the offseason. This was the road game they chose to go to. Some fans do that, every year.
There are going to be a lot of
them. They go to a road game.
Knoxville's
a good spot.
I've always said when Tennessee's good, people will always say, where's the best place to go? If you could go to any road game, which one would you go to? My answer's always been when Tennessee's good, and they think they're good right now, and they are good, that's a good place to go, maybe the best place to go.
I don't know why I didn't go. I should go. We could have stayed with Jimmy Dykes.
Well,
could have just stayed in the garage or whatever.
If I was a Tennessee fan, I would either have a boat or have friends with boats. That would be the best situation. Because they
would be the latter.
Yeah, that would be the best situation.
Pick your friends.
You always have to have a friend with a boat.
That's right.
And so that's the way I'd go. Vol Flotilla, the way they come up there on the river and just, right to the bank and then go into the stadium. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool. The Vol Navy.
It'll
be on display. They'll show it on television on Saturday.
Times.
Yeah. Okay, how much is Rocky Top going to get played? What do we think? How big is the Petrino difference? We're talking about it. Breakfast is here. Things are about to change. 877-377-6963. We're brought to you by First Security Bank. Friendly, local folks with more convenient locations. That's how you bank better. With a smile on your face. FSbank.com. That's where you can find them online or bank online. First Security Bank, member FDIC. It's 6:30. It's Friday, guys. Come on, let's go. It's Friday. Come on. Get it going. See, this is what the Chuck and Bo Show is. You just show up and have coffee with you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up, and don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds. Professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection, or visit hoggutters.com.
Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge.
Today's been it's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here and there. Let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
Well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
By the way, good morning. We just kind of jumped in, and we're
Hey,
coffee deep. And hey, everybody,
morning, Bart.
welcome in.
Edward.
I smell the bacon cooking. It's going to be a good day.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I had fun watching the Giants last night.
I did too.
Apologies to the Eagles fans. I mean, we got something that, when you don't have a team in the race and, like you're not watching the game because it's one of your teams, you want to be entertained, per Edwards' point about the tush push earlier. I was entertained by Jackson Dart and Scattaboo. They got personality and they've got game. Here's Scattaboo afterwards with Ryan Fitzpatrick doing an interview live on television. He's ripping his shirt off. Ripped his shirt off.
That's Bo and Edward.
Yeah.
Sometimes here in the studio before the show starts.
That's coming one day.
Yeah.
That's coming one day. I don't know. If I hit a hole in one, it might happen.
That's I was thinking last night watching that game.
I don't think it's ever going to happen.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I mean, you got to hit greens to maybe hit a hole in one. Although
maybe
could
Bo
just,
and Jackson.
You
Maybe
could
Bo and
absolutely
Jackson.
just skull it right up there and roll in and a hole in one. I don't know. Would it feel just as good?
Yes, it would.
Would it really?
Yes,
I don't
it
know.
would.
I don't think it would.
Well, I mean, it would feel better if you were like actually a really good player.
If you striped it.
But lots of guys that are great players don't hit hole in ones. They don't.
That's what I keep telling myself. But then I realize I'm not one of those lots of guys that are really good players either.
Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl.
We're going to find out about golf on Tuesday. How are we going to do this, Bart? When we go to Big Creek, we'll be doing the show live at Big Creek on Tuesday morning. We haven't really set up how we're going to regulate or how we're going to do this. I think we should talk about it briefly right now.
We don't know the rules yet.
And, Bart's going to play. And the question is, who else is going to play? There'll probably be a couple members that play with Bart. It's their course. So however they want to do it, we'll do it. But should I play alongside Bart? Should we have Clay Henry play a few holes? Should we rotate partners in for Bart? So, I play, 6 holes. Clay plays 6 holes. And then
Why don't you
John Daly plays 6 holes.
Why don't you all play 18 holes?
In the same group?
Yeah.
What if Clay and I scramble against you?
No.
Would it be demoralizing?
fair.
Would it be demoralizing if we showed up and we had a 4-man scramble going while you're over there just slaving away by yourself?
That'd be
You're
pretty
just
mean
working your
spirited.
tail off, trying to.
That'd be mean spirited.
Would it be demoralizing?
No, I didn't say that.
Well, we might do that
I
then.
said it'd be mean spirited.
Well, why would it be mean-spirited then? If it's not demoralizing.
You don't scramble against a guy playing his own ball.
Do you think? Well,
I mean, I'm not a professional.
You're good. You're supposed to be the. I mean, you're the man of the hour. We're there for you.
I think Clay should caddy for you is what I think. He can advise you around the course. Seriously. Clay knows the game.
I don't hate that idea.
And now, I mean, I don't know if Clay wants to carry your golf bag. You still
No,
might
you
have
put
to
it in a
carry
cart.
your own
Maybe
golf.
caddy in a cart.
Yeah.
Caddy
Well,
in a
he
cart.
can be more of an advisor.
You're going to be wearing a mic.
Okay.
You aware of this?
I believe we've discussed this.
Yeah, you're wearing a mic.
Oh, it's going to be
You'll
a
be
production.
mic'd up for 18 holes.
Yeah, that's.
And there will
I feel
be-
uncomfortable about that, but that'll be okay.
Oh, gosh. What are you uncomfortable about? Why would you be uncomfortable wearing a mic? I mean, you're not uncomfortable with us branding the
There's
whole
a mic
thing
right
around
in front of you right now, Bart.
Yes.
Well, wearing a mic playing golf is different, but it's
Well,
fine.
well,
Are you worried you might let out an obscenity when you hit your 5th drive into the woods? Are you afraid that might happen?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit.
This whole thing is just building for all the excuses.
What do you mean?
I just don't want any excuses. Like, I was wearing a mic. I'm not used to wearing a mic, and therefore I shot 97.
It was
Like,
windy.
that would be
It was
one.
windy. It was too hot. It was too cold.
All the people were watching me. I had a gallery the whole round. That made me nervous. That's why I shot 98.
You're not going to hear an excuse.
No.
Why would there
Write
be an
that
excuse?
down. 6:40 Friday morning. We're not going to hear an excuse.
Other than injury, what reason is there for an excuse?
Are you putting everything out?
I don't think Bart's going to make excuses.
Chuck and I discussed this yesterday.
Off the air?
Yeah, we did.
Where were
At
you?
lunch.
At lunch. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we did have a lunch yesterday, a partners appreciation lunch.
Yeah.
I was going to say
It was a good time at Walk-Ons.
I didn't hear
Chuck-
about
You were invited.
Chuck decided that I
Chuck
did
decided.
I mean,
not.
I invited Bart right in front of you. You were invited.
does not count as an
Yes,
invitation.
it does.
It's
No,
like
no, it certainly
It's
doesn't.
like
Of
a
course you were
catch-all.
welcome.
It's like a catch-all
Yeah.
invitation.
I think I was looking at you when I invited Bart.
No, I don't recall that.
Edward took that to mean, Edward, you're not invited.
Why would I do that?
Who can say?
Would you have gone?
Yeah, probably.
Well,
Free
dadgum.
lunch.
Okay, Edward, we'll just take you to lunch then.
No,
It'll be-
I'll pass.
We'll All right, so you and Chuck discussed this. Are you putting everything out?
No, a normal. Chuck stated that a normal like gimme
In the leather.
should be
In
should
the
be a
leather.
gimme.
Yeah, a normal in the leathers, just like it would be if we were playing. Now, it doesn't mean like you get.
Have you not seen on television where they 3-jack those putts?
Generally not from what would be the leather.
I mean, depends on where the
Well,
pin is.
I'm just saying.
I appreciate Chuck.
I
sticking
think we
up for
should
me
give
here.
him the leather. I don't think that's going to be the deciding factor.
Okay.
Just for the record.
All right, well, we'll have to
If
ask
you
Clay
want
Maxey.
18, if you want 18 cups, I'll hit 18 cups.
Whoa. Okay, well then, Mr. Smarty,
Well,
you
no,
just hit
no,
18
no,
cups.
but-
then.
but-
Wow, that was awesome. Chuck negotiated it for you, got it to
Well,
the point
but
where
Bo
we were going to be
didn't-
okay, and then
No,
he looked
no,
at
no,
you
no, no, no.
and fired you as his agent
No,
on the
no,
spot.
No. You were not okay
Oh, you want
with
18
you were not
cups?
okay with the gimmies. You weren't okay with it.
We were telling Bo how it was going to be. Bo
was not okay with it.
But he would have accepted
I
it.
was coming around.
He would have
Chuck
accepted
was
it
talking
eventually.
me into it.
And
I was about to say we'll get Clay to confirm it. Clay Maxey, it's his country club, and all of the other fine folks there. It's not like it's just his, but he's our point guy, and he was as long as he confirmed it, I was good. Now you
now
say,
we're
you want
playing
18
it down.
cups?
You want
Whatever.
18 cups? Hit him,
Are
buddy.
you playing it down?
Depends on the course condition and what the local rule is.
We're gonna play by the local rule. Okay.
Like if they say, hey, you can play it up. The course is soaked. You can play it up today. Then
Well, yeah. If the course is if it's
It's
raining,
not going to be,
lift
though.
clean
I've
in
checked the
place.
forecast.
No, I don't think it
I've
will
checked
be.
the forecast.
have you? What is it?
Actually,
How
it's
we
going
doing?
to be a little bit warmer.
If
than
it's
what-
dry conditions,
it's going to
then
be in the low 80s. 84, I think, was the
See,
high that I saw.
The ball's going
it's
to
gonna
run
be
out.
perfect.
You're going to have
it's going
a
to be
beautiful
great.
day. Your drives are going to run out. It's going to be amazing. What happens, Bart? Here's a caveat. What happens if I play 18 with you and I beat you?
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, is that like another is that going to be insulting?
No.
Okay. All right.
I think if you can make it through the first 3 or 4 holes when there are going to be a lot of people around, I think if you can survive that, and get into the middle of the round, out on the course, you might have a shot. But early on, it's going to be different. It's going to be different.
That's fine.
By the way, I am going to be the one on the driving range. As Bart warms up, I'll be the one handling all the money. I'll be the one taking the bets.
That'd be good.
Bart, it's a practice shot. There's just money changing hands everywhere.
That'll be good.
So
I'm going to skull the first one.
I'll
on
be
purpose.
that guy.
We'll be at
Bart,
Big Creek.
Bart's a noted sandbagger.
We're going to be there Tuesday morning doing the show. Come out and say hi if you're in the Mountain Home area, or even if you're not. I mean, drive, make a trip. It'll be worth it. Come watch Bart try to break 90. Breaking Bart, he'll have a Flight by Yingling golf bag.
Take a day off.
He'll probably have a Flight by Yingling shirt on.
He's going to be sponsored out.
Yep. And Big Creek, Flight by Yingling, Plainview Beef will be there. You'll have beef sticks, the best beef
Snacks
sticks
are
of all
important.
time.
Snacks are important during a round of
You'll
golf.
have
you're
Flight
right.
by Yingling to get you
Beer
through.
is also important
Yeah.
during a round of
We'll have
golf.
an ice down cooler Flight by Yingling for you, and you'll have no friends.
You got beer
You'll
and
have
beef
only
jerky.
hecklers.
No
There'll be some
friends?
encouragement.
Come
There'll be some
on.
encouragement. Who do you want in your corner? Do you want me in your corner? You want Clay Maxey in your
why does
corner?
nobody want me to?
Who do
see
you
one in
want
your-
to cheer
Why?
for?
Why is everybody against me?
I'm not
That's my
against you.
question
I'm not
here.
against you. I'm
I don't
for
think
you.
that's
I
what-
appreciate
yeah.
it.
I'm
I
for
appreciate
you,
it.
Bart.
That's a great question, Bart. That is a great question. You know what? We're rooting for you. You're exactly right. We're going to flip this whole thing.
I feel
For
like
us to
everybody's
win,
been
you
against
don't
me.
have to lose.
Just know that
I'll be
if-
rooting for Bart.
Yeah, just know that because we are all rooting for you. If you come up short, it'll be crushing for all of
It
us.
will. It'll be like we lost.
It'll be
Well,
And
maybe
you-
not quite.
And you know how that goes. You know how Bart, don't let us down. Because we are for you.
We're all counting on you, too.
We are for you. Big Creek Country Club.
I'll give it my best.
Hey, no initiation fee if you want to be a member. Whether you're a resident of the county
or you're an out-of-towner. Out-of-towners, it's only $185 a month. No initiation fee, no waiting fee. One of the best country clubs in the state. One of the best golf courses in the state. What a great track. How fortunate are you?
And Bart's just going to walk right out there and break 90.
Did we tell you you do have to pay your own greens fee? Wouldn't that be great? 645, Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
I know this is an audio medium, and I shouldn't just shake my head, but words fail me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Football season's here, and Flight by Yuengling is the light beer built for game days. Tastes like a Yuengling, but it's a light beer, and only 95 calories. Flight raises the bar for what a light beer should be, and now it comes in a 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle and skinny cans. Perfect for tailgates, watch parties, or just kicking back after the game. Pick it up at your favorite store or ask your bartender. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Alyssa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com. Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
I don't need Chat GTP. I've got Chuck GTP.
Amen.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
we talk about is how do we make Chuck's life exciting?
My life is exciting. I just don't tell you guys everything.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck's got some text to get to. Before he does that, varsityvibearkansas.com. Sign up for the free newsletter. You'll know everything that's going on. I'm reading from my newsletter right now. It's free. It comes to your inbox. You got all the games that are on the schedule tonight, or the bigger games that are on the schedule tonight. All the 7A games, 6A games, some 5A games on here. But Rogers hosting Bentonville West. Going to be a good game tonight, Chuck.
That's what I understand.
Shiloh at Southside. How about Bryant and PA? Anthony Lucas has PA off to a 2-0 start.
What's Bryant?
And Bryant's undefeated. Okay. I'm talking about PA in conference.
Oh, okay.
But Luke was on the Varsity Vibe Today podcast earlier this week.
Oh, yeah?
But if you go to the newsletter, there's links to all these things.
I think it's great that we've got so many former Razorbacks that are coaching high school football around the state.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Yeah, it's good. I think high school football, we talked about this, is taking a step up. It's taken a step up in the last couple of years, I think.
I think it helps that you've got former Razorbacks coaching teams. I mean, I'm not saying that they're the greatest coaches ever, but getting kids out is a big part of it too.
Yeah, it is, and that's part of getting them out there. And so anyhow, high school football tonight. We go to Knoxville for Arkansas, Tennessee tomorrow at 3:15 on the SEC Network.
The network. Roger and Danville. People drinking the Kool-Aid and living in fantasy land.
Oh,
it's unbelievable.
It is. What's unbelievable about it, Roger?
I mean, that's
all the show.
That's the whole. When we've talked about the renewal of hope this week, and it doesn't mean that hope and the fact you feel good about Arkansas's chances. It doesn't mean they're going to go over there and win. I mean, they're playing the top offense in America with a defense that's been porous. So you better be ready to score some points. And we've seen that the offense. You can feel a little pressure when you go out there and know that you may have to score every time to have a chance to win the game. So, yeah, there's plenty of reason to think Tennessee's going to win. But that's the essence of being a fan. It's feeling like, you got a shot.
Can you read it one more time?
Yes. People drinking the Kool-Aid and living in fantasy land. It's unbelievable.
I can't load mine
very
for whatever, but Roger, you can make fun of me on air all you want. No, Roger, call in so we can have a discussion.
Roger's a buzzkill, according to Jordan.
Understand. Right. Why do you want to be a buzzkill?
Yeah,
Does it make you feel better?
Yeah.
What is it about? What is it about this mentality of drinking the Kool-Aid and it's unbelievable and you guys are, just pathetic? Like, what Kool-Aid are we drinking? Do you not think that this change will make any difference at all? Is that what you're saying? Do you believe that? Is that what you believe, Roger? Text Roger. Text fast. Come on, call the show and let's have a conversation.
Roger does call some.
Well, call now.
And
I want to talk to him.
He's even more negative when he speaks
let's
than
talk.
when he texts.
Let's talk. Is this the Roger that hates Hunter?
Yes.
Oh, that's the same one?
guy.
Oh, gosh.
He hates everything.
Never mind.
He hates everything.
Never mind. There's no making sense of you. No, actually call. Let's try one more time. 877.
There it is, right
377.
there. The line's ringing.
6963.
We'll
it has
start
been
with
a
Roger.
renewal of hope this weekend. And by gosh, Roger, you should get on board. I mean, why not? What are you holding out for? What are you worried about? What if they don't win? Big deal. Hey, at Blakeman's,
it's happened before.
You can win all weekend, Chuck. They've got the bridal weekend featuring new engagement rings, loose diamonds, diamond experts on hand. Today from 10 to 6, tomorrow from 10 to 5 at Blakeman's. If you're thinking about a ring, now's the time to do it.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Chevy of Fayetteville has over 200 new vehicles on the lot right now. So if you're in the market, now's the time to make a move. That includes the brand new Chevy Traverse, the Chevy Trax, and all the favorites like the Tahoes and Suburbans. And for truck lovers, there are Silverados in stock and ready for immediate delivery. So go see Chris, Mark, Denver, and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive.
Man, there's nothing like a perfect steak. So tender, juicy, and packed with flavor. And now, thanks to Plainview Beef, it's clean with no hidden chemicals. Plainview Beef feeds their cattle with wheatgrass sprouts, and their beef is loaded with nutrients your body needs. I'm telling you, you gotta try it. PlainviewBeef.com. Order direct to your house. Check out their menu, which includes 6 8-ounce fillets for just $99. Again, it's PlainviewBeef.com. Use the promo code Chuck and Bo and get a free 12-pack of beef sticks. PlainviewBeef.com.
The voice of the Razorbacks is Chuck Barrett, and he chose McDonald Eye Associates for his recent cataract surgery.
I went to McDonald Eye. I can see in a way I've not seen in a long time. And I'm looking forward to this football season because of that. Your eyes are a big deal. I don't care if you're a sports play-by-play guy or what you do. You have to have trust. My trust was developed because I knew they were listening to me.
For your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com.
So I spent yesterday. You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
These people that talk about pressure's part of life. How many of you go to work every day and there's 11,000 people screaming at you while you're trying to fill out that form? I mean, give me a break. Go to work tomorrow and let's bring 11,000 people with you to scream at you and say, Doug, you're not any good. You're great Monday through Thursday, but on Friday, you're always terrible. I mean, let's see how you do that day. Come on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
Do you mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Hey, Bart told us yesterday on What to Watch, our Macadoodles What to Watch segment. You remember that?
I do.
He told us to watch John Sumrall. Tulane's coach.
They barely won.
Who'd they beat?
East Carolina. 26-19.
26
It's a thriller.
But your theory holds true. People hear an interview with a guy and they either like him or they are just kind of whatever. But when you get this guy right here, you get excited.
A really sloppy football team that finds ways to win games. And I'm going to lose my mind because we're so immature. We've got to grow up fast. I'm glad we won. I'm not happy with how we played. Thank you, Coach. Yeah, no way.
Okay.
People like that.
They do.
The audio's not great there.
But you get,
when you
I mean,
see
you get
it,
the idea.
Yeah. He's like baby John Gruden.
Joe Kynes.
Yeah. He's got the scratchy voice, and he's
barely understand him.
He's happy they won, but it wasn't good enough. And that's what fans
Oh,
want. They want a
absolutely.
coach that's happy that you won, but it wasn't good enough, and you got to get better next week no matter what.
He's going to be somebody's coach, and by somebody, I mean Power 4 soon.
If you take the name out of the equation and you go to description on what you want as a head coach, can I get some descriptions this morning on what you want in a head coach for the University of Arkansas?
Fiery.
Yeah.
Fiery.
What do you want in a head coach?
What do you want, Bart?
SEC experience.
Yep, we know that.
Bart wants some tie to the SEC.
Yeah, I want.
What kind of personality, though? What do you want to be in his heart?
I want somebody with some energy. I want somebody who speaks with some energy. Who acts with some energy.
Speaks and acts, okay? I double-clicked on that. Speaks, acts. I'm writing this down, okay? You want SEC experience or ties.
Energy.
What else?
Somebody who understands what football in the state of Arkansas means.
Understands.
That doesn't mean they
football.
have. That doesn't mean they have to be from Arkansas.
Can we just
or
say
Razorback
understands
or-
the state of Arkansas?
Yeah, but just has an understanding or is willing to
Has a feel.
Yeah, has a.
By
feel.
the way, I'm writing this down. I'm going to kick it back to you. If I could have a PowerPoint on this by sometime this afternoon, that'd be great. Let's put it in a pitch deck.
Okay.
Make it look good. Okay. What else?
Yeah, I mean, you obviously you need somebody at Arkansas who is a great talent evaluator.
Great talent evaluator. Okay. What about X's and O guy? You want a really good in-game coach?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. What do you want? Do you like offense or defensive minded? Like
It doesn't
matter.
It does not
okay.
matter.
Doesn't matter if
It
it's
does
offense
not
or
matter.
defense. What else?
You just want a good coach.
Good
coach. Okay. Could you be a little more vague? Yeah.
Well, no, it
Anything
doesn't
else?
matter. What I'm saying is you want a good coach. It doesn't matter if he's an offensive background, defensive
I
background.
want to
You
hear
want a
from
good coach.
the people
I mean,
on this too. By the way,
Dan
877
Lanning's a pretty good coach.
377-6963.
Kirby Smart, Nick Saban.
Okay.
They're all
Anything else?
defensive guys.
Anything else you want to list off? I'm gonna recap real quick.
Sure. but-
Okay. Energy, speaks with it, acts with it. SEC experience, understands the state of Arkansas and football in this state. Great talent evaluator. Good in-game coach. Good coach.
Good
We got it right? We got it right? That
The
right?
last one's tongue in cheek.
Okay. Sounds to me like Bobby Petrino.
I was going to say, it sounds like somebody I know.
Sounds like Bobby Petrino. Dang! I mean, you just described him.
Yeah, I think it all starts, with yourself. And you get up in the morning and you decide I'm going to have a positive attitude or a negative attitude.
Yeah.
And you've obviously decided to have a positive attitude today, Bart.
There you go. So
I'm a little lost.
Well, you described him. I'm not saying that's what you think the best candidate is. I'm saying that's what you described.
I don't know that I did though.
Well, what do you think he's lacking in that list?
Well, this is a slippery slope.
All right,
this is a slippery slope.
We'll open it up. 877-377-6963.
I can tell you.
Let's pin Bart to the wall.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
How
not.
about that?
Well, I was just. It's interesting when you. But honestly, let's just.
No, I do not think he has all the qualities that I just named. I would say that.
All right, I'm going to read a text right here.
Okay, read it.
From Alan. It says, not a player's coach. It's interesting because when you have a situation where a coach is dismissed, most of the time what we want is the exact opposite of what we think they had before. Fans like a hard ass. They just do. They like a coach that yells at the players the way they wish they could when they're sitting in their chair at home. They like a coach that yells at the officials the way they want to when they're watching the game but can't. They like that. That's what they want. Now, they want you to win games above all other things. But I suspect what Alan's saying right there about not wanting a player's coach right now, I tend to think that probably is the prevailing thought. I don't know if it's the right thought, to be honest with you. But I think it's probably the prevailing sentiment right now.
Seth and Rogers added meticulous. Thank you, Seth. It's a $6 word. Ethan says, Bart wants Saban. I mean, again.
I would add this. This is Michael in Cave Springs brings this up. I would add this to my list. Not a retread.
No retread coaches.
Not a retread.
Okay.
No retread coaches. I mean, what is a retread, really? I mean, Hugh Freeze is a retread.
What about a guy that, like, most people.
How's that working out?
Well, how many times do you get a guy that's not a retread that has no tread?
Yeah, I mean,
like we know that
every
we know
coach
that
has
the
a
Bobby
history.
Petrino vehicle has wheels on it, like tires. Like
Do
they're
we?
there. Yes, you do. I mean, this is always the thing. Like you're either taking a risk on a really big unknown, or you're going with a little bit safer direction with a somewhat known.
See, that's a good point right here because, the first time we hired Petrino, we didn't know who he was. We just knew they'd put a lot of points on the board, and we were excited about that. So we gave him the benefit of the doubt, and he came in and he won. We didn't know, we thought we knew Bielema based on the letter he wrote, based on his record, but we really didn't until he got here. We didn't know Chad Morris. We didn't know anything about these guys. We know about Petrino. I mean, we've got a track record that we can see. It's not just words on a page. And so I think that's why when you say inside track, I mean, inside track in this case really means something.
The lack of offense in the Notre Dame game and some of the Memphis game has gotten some fans thinking that Petrino is really not that good on offense, according to what we're reading on the text. And I think that's a miscalculation.
I thought they'd score more against Memphis. I'll admit that. But I think that was the game where you began to see the pressure, the totality of the team kind of, weigh on the offense because it was pretty obvious, when you got into that game that, you better score. Now, look, Arkansas's not run the ball well in the second halves of these games, and Petrino's acknowledged that, and that's one of the things that has got to get better because you look at his great teams, they scored points off the passing game, and then they ran to win. They ran to win in the second half, and they hadn't been able to do that.
I want to bring up. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, Tommy, takes precedent.
Okay.
Tommy in Texarkana, what is the Plainview Beef promo code?
That is important.
Chuck and Bo show.
No show.
Just
Chuck
and
Bo.
Okay, Chuck
just
and Bo.
Chuck and Bo.
All one word.
Plainviewbeef.com. You can get 6 8-ounce fillets.
CHUCKANDBO.
You can get 6 8-ounce fillets for $99, and if you use the promo code, you get the beef sticks, which were being handed out yesterday.
That's right.
At the Partners Appreciation Lunch.
That's right.
Here at Chuck and Bo.
Matthew texted
Sounds
in.
fun.
It was a great time, man.
We had a great time.
Yeah,
I mean, we were there for all of an hour and 40 minutes, Howard.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, the conversation was flowing. It was you would have met some really
It's
good
okay.
people.
I had lunch with my family, and it was a wonderful time.
That is.
My wife and child.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like
Did
it
you
was
pay
okay,
for it?
It was a wonderful time.
Did you pay for it?
No, we paid for
Oh,
it.
okay.
We
I got
are
you.
a united front. The
See,
core.
ours is free.
Yeah. The pettiness that is suddenly rearing its head.
Ours is free.
Here on the Chuck and Bo Show. What were you going to say, Bart?
Matthew texted in and said Bart doesn't have the nostalgia for Bobby Petrino.
That's right.
That's what you're like. Yeah, it's true.
Well, here's the thing.
You're heartless.
Nostalgia should not be the driving factor in hiring a football coach. It shouldn't be any factor in hiring a football coach.
Nostalgia is okay. What does it mean? Give me the definition.
Good feelings about what happened.
Well, why would you have good feelings about something that happened?
Because Arkansas won football games.
Okay, so that's also background. That's also resume.
That's not nostalgia right there. That's the real deal. Going 21-5 is not. I mean,
That means
nostalgia.
something good happened.
Nostalgia is making it out to be better than it was. I'm telling you, 21-5
Well,
was
nostalgia
pretty
is
good.
like good feelings, and there were good feelings around that. But if that is in any way, shape, or form driving your decision or even just a part of your decision making when it comes to hiring a head coach right now in 2025, then you're doing it wrong.
Jeff in Fort Smith says North Carolina thought Bill Belichick would be nostalgic also. And he also threw an LOL.
That's a completely different situation.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Edward. It's a completely different situation. We're not talking about just nostalgia. We're talking about a real track record here. Now, I'm not saying he should be the guy. That's not my decision. But I'm saying that when someone puts together that kind of record, it's not just a good feeling that you're trying to recapture. I mean, you've got an honest-to-God track record to go by there, and a lot of times with head coaches, you really don't. Sometimes you do, but sometimes you don't.
Bart, how old were you when Petrino was winning at Arkansas? That's from Steve in Bentonville. He thinks that you don't remember.
I was out of college at that point, Steve. So I remember just fine.
So he barely remembers.
Yeah,
is what he's
I
trying
remember
to say.
just fine.
Did you graduate with honors?
Maybe.
Yeah, you did. Let's just be honest.
Did you have a lot of those things around your neck when you walk?
No, I didn't. I didn't wear all that.
Did you wear dress shoes or sneakers to your graduation?
I wore dress shoes.
Did your family cheer?
No.
Okay. Just wonder.
No.
Family of educators. They don't cheer.
I understand.
no.
That's what I was trying to find out. I
They
mean,
just
would
argue at
actions
Thanksgiving.
like that be beneath the?
Well, it's not beneath. It's just they ask you not to cheer.
I got you.
And-
You're a directions following family. I'm with you.
They're educators.
That's why I asked. That's why I asked.
Here's a good question from Alex in Stuttgart. What coach checks those boxes? I said Petrino checks them. You disagreed. Who checks them?
Golly, I mean, you're putting me on the spot.
Wow.
Wait,
There's
there's
that Chevy of Fayetteville situation.
There's more than one or two coaches that fits the bill. I mean, to say that the only one that fits the bill is Petrino is not right.
That's correct.
But ultimately, you've got to decide who gives you the best chance to win. Which one of all these guys out here gives us the best chance to win moving forward? And you got to base your decision, in my opinion, solely on that.
877-377-6963. We don't have to continue to belabor the coaching point the day before the game if we don't want to. We can talk about the game.
Well,
but
this is an idiotic text. Right
All right, we'll read it.
Like, this is so stupid.
We'll
like,
read it.
Like, truly.
Let us share in the
truly
stupidity
dumb.
of the
Tell
text.
us more. Tell us more before you get to the text. Tell us more about what we're about to hear.
It's just a truly idiotic take. And like this is the mindset that's driving so many people, and it drives me crazy.
Okay.
Holly in Bentonville.
Ah, here we go.
All caps.
All caps.
Well, Bart, if you had been in Little Rock for Pour Some Sugar on Me after we beat LSU, you would have the nostalgia too. And then said, when you asked me who fits the bill, and I said, you're putting me on the spot here. I don't have my list in front of me. She said, exactly, Bart, you have no answer. Holly, do you want me to give you some answers? I'll get you a crap ton of answers. I'll get you a whole list of answers. If nostalgia is driving your opinion on who should be the next head coach at Arkansas, you are the problem. You are the problem. Like, that is an insane way to behave and make decisions. Like, truly insane. Like, get over the past. We
It's unacceptable
glorify
now.
the past
It's unacceptable
in this
in the
state
future. It's
at the
unacceptable
expense
tomorrow.
of our present and future. Stop glorifying the past.
Oh, my God. I know this is an audio medium, and I shouldn't just shake my head, but words fail me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments just call for something unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you don't just buy a diamond. You create an unforgettable experience. Their newly remodeled space is stunning with Cafe B right inside and their in-house diamond expert that'll help you find the perfect piece every time. That's just part of the Blakeman's experience. When you see the purple bag, you know it's something special. It always saves the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up. And don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds. Professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection or visit hoggutters.com.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio.
That's special.
We're running out of time for the fall foliage.
The fall what?
Foliage.
Okay. Is it foliage or foliage?
It's foliage.
Foliage.
It's three syllables.
Foliage.
Foliage.
Foliage. It's foliage.
Foliage.
Yeah. Foliage.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Troy and Harrison. Bart needs to have a Coke and a smile. And a whole bottle of Midol.
Smile.
And go find a nice new dress to wear.
Smile!
I'll tell you who made a mistake. The idiot who hired him made a mistake.
Now he's talking about you, Bo.
It's getting to be unlistenable.
Yeah.
No listeners equals no advertisers equals no money equals no jobs.
Is that how it
Y'all need to rein that little fella in.
Oh, by the way, Rain, R-A-I-N. Rain. That little fella. I'm 6'2", Roger, or Troy.
6'2".
I almost said Roger, but he's
big fella.
Troy.
We need a Rain, R-A-I-N, that big fella in.
We call Bart Tree around here. He's so tall.
Hey. I'm having half a blueberry cake donut right now just to see if I can get involved.
Yeah. That's right. It's the sugar rush, evidently.
I just want to see if I can get in the game.
Troy, I don't know who hurt you, but I mean, come on, man. Like, come on.
Man.
That's what you're resorting to. Okay. All right.
Hog Noxious is on the line.
right.
Bobby in Cave Springs. Hog Noxious, what's going on?
Hi, kids. Also, no money means no donuts.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
We got a breakfast fund funded by listeners.
Yeah. David and Cersei started our own NIL breakfast fund.
All right. If Bobby Petrino can get us just over 500, which would be 4 wins and 3 losses for the rest of the games, he should have the job. Period. Plain. Done. Because I believe that there will be money for everything that we need money for if he can do that. I do not believe that can happen because I'm intelligent enough to read a schedule. Now, here's the deal. Everybody wants to live in the past on 2 years, forgetting that the 2 years of Bobby Petrino before that were one bad East Carolina kicker away from being under 500 for the first 2 years, which was, as everybody in the country told us when we hired him, would be the 4 years that he would be here and then leave the program in shambles, which is what happened. Now, here's what we have to go on. The last time that Bobby Petrino was a head coach for a power conference school, he won the same number of games as Chad Morris did that season. We have the last 3 years, what he has accomplished is to get 2 head coaches fired. The man is one of the 2 best offensive coordinators that have come around in the last 50 years. But we don't have evidence that everything goes back to winning, going to a BCS game because Alabama got beat by Auburn, or winning a Cotton Bowl against Kansas State, the glory days. We don't have evidence that that is still coming true. Also, the people that are comparing Bill Belichick, no, here's what Bill Belichick is. Bill Belichick is what happens to your program if you hire John Gruden, because he's got no staff. He's got nothing that applies to modern football.
Okay, a lot there, Hog Noxious.
One of the top things that we need in the next head coach is he needs to have a staff that works with him. Danny Ford was a great coach. He couldn't get it done here because he didn't have a staff that was working with him. We got to have somebody who has a coherent staff and they work together as a team. That's one of the things that needs to be on that list.
All right.
Any questions?
Yes. Well, I don't have any questions, but I'll have comments.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a great weekend. Hog Noxious, one of the biggest Hog fans alive.
You know, people that were around back then, people that were really into it back then, I mean, they have strong feelings about it. And some of them are negative. Some of them are. And I get it. And some of them don't think that what happened 12, 13, 14 years ago is as relevant as maybe we make it out to be. And I get that. I don't fully agree with it, but I get it.
I disagree with he got the last 2 coaches fired. Jimbo Fisher was on the way out the door, and the last-ditch move was to hire an offensive coordinator. And I think the way they went about using Petrino at A&M didn't serve anybody particularly well, my thought. The second thought is he didn't get Pittman fired. The defense. If anybody got Pittman fired, it was the defense.
Well,
he's also right in the I think what he was alluding to is the fact that Petrino hasn't been the same coach since when you look at his record as a head coach from Louisville, and his first time at Louisville and his time at Arkansas, he won 74% of his games or something like that, whatever it was I had yesterday. Since then, he's won 56% of his games or whatever it is. That
doesn't really bother me. And
I think it should.
Well,
I think it should.
I understand. But I think you got to evaluate where somebody is today. And there were all kind of things going on at Louisville. There was some real personal tragedy that happened in his life that year. And frankly, he might have made some staff mistakes. And those kinds of things happen. Okay, and I'll point to Bielema. That happened here with Bielema. He goes to Illinois. He's doing just fine. I mean, things do happen. But Bielema is not – I think he learned from some things that happened at Arkansas. I think if you're smart as a coach, you learn from things. I think there's probably been some personal things in Petrino's life that he's learned a lot from. I think some time he spent here last time and coming back and what he might do differently this time and how he handles things could be a lot different. The guy can coach. We're about to find out. I mean, that's how he started the call. Yeah. We're about to find out.
That's right.
What this will look like. And this is a challenging job to take it midstream. So if he has any sort of success, 2-3 wins, I mean, that's a heck of a job. I think you have to acknowledge that. And then at the end of the year, you got to acknowledge, okay, who are the candidates and who gives you the best shot? The problem that we all get into, I think, when we're looking at who the head coach should be, is what do you know that you're getting? What do you know that you're getting? You want to go get Summerall from Tulane? He's won everywhere he's been, but where has he been? Troy and Tulane? Mm-hmm. Was there another place he was a head coach?
No.
His experience prior to that's being
too
an
big
assistant.
A risk, man.
Being an assistant.
Maybe so.
He was an assistant at Kentucky. But I get it. You see a record, a young, up-and-coming coach. But when Petrino got his first break and he went back to Western Kentucky, he did really good things there. And he won a couple years at Louisville, and then the last couple didn't go very well. And those things can happen. I mean, look, Houston Nutt, we revere Houston Nutt in hindsight, but Houston Nutt, in the middle of his time here, had back-to-back losing seasons. And frankly, if you want to go back and visit history, that's what really started the undoing. Because while they were having that second losing season, they had 5 players at one high school in Springdale that everybody in the country was offering. And they had a head coach who people thought, oh, that offense is great in high school. They should be doing it here. And you're watching Arkansas lose, and you're looking up the street saying those guys can make the difference. And that started the whole drama. And then it sort of, they had a great, by the way, how that team won 10 games with all that going on is remarkable. But my point is coaches can have losing seasons. It happens everywhere. Or you have a really, high-end program like a Penn State who's struggling now, and it's like, get rid of James Franklin. Maybe his time's just done there because of, he's been there for so long. They haven't quite, won the national championship, and fans are done with him. But good luck with the next guy. How many times did Penn State try before James Franklin? What's going on with Florida? I mean, we act like you just place coaches in and it fixes everything.
No, it's hard.
But
it's hard to hire.
So hard.
It's hard to hire the
and
right coach.
My point is, when you've got a proven commodity at any level with any sort of familiarity, I think you got to look really hard at that. 7:31. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. More calls next. You're right, Chuck. You're right. You're right.
You're not wrong, Chuck.
Because we don't want.
I wanted to hear. That's really all I wanted to hear.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more, they carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Truck Month is here at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, and the savings are big. Get up to $12,000 off new Silverados, up to $8,000 off Chevy 2500s, and up to $5,000 off Chevy Colorado. That's real money back in your pocket. Plus more inventory, more discounts, and better service than anywhere else in Northwest Arkansas. Stop by today and see Chris, Mark, and Denver at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive.
You know what else makes you an Arkansas Razorback fan? Going to the University of Arkansas. How about playing football for the team?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
love the game of football. I love the University of Arkansas and the Razorbacks and being back in the state. And I was asked if I would want to come back and serve as the interim head coach. And I felt, like it was my duty to do that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Feelings are deep, Chuck. The hearts of Arkansans have been touched.
Well, here's the thing,
the Chuck
though.
and Bo Show today, and it is volatile.
Oh, it is. It always is. But tomorrow, we're going to get past our feelings to an extent. There's going to be a ball game. There's going to be data and a body of work, or at least the beginning of it. And so all these feelings that we're all having, I'm not saying they're not going to be a part of it after tomorrow, but they're going to be different probably.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Monday shows
That's right.
like
That's
after
right.
a game on the schedule being played. Rod on I-40. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Thanks for holding.
Good morning. I'm having a big tall glass of ice cold blackberry Kool-Aid.
Wow.
Okay.
I like blackberry. I love it. But all these coaches for all these years have only given me the raspberry, and I am really sick of it. There's always next year. We're going to hire a new guy. Okay, so it's Summerall. It's going to chew him up, spit him out like yesterday's beefsteak. And he won't even know because he doesn't have a plan. We need a coach with a clear, concise plan on how to win. Not, I think this will work. I don't want to coach us deer in the headlights. Tired of that. I've already wrote tomorrow's game off. But if we win and somebody in the studio lights herself on fire, I'll bring marshmallows. You know what I mean?
I do.
Bart's going to burn himself alive.
Bart's going to light himself on fire if they win out. That's
Yeah,
when
if they
that's
win out.
As will several other people.
Troy and Harrison's pulling for the Hogs, baby.
My God, man, these people all abuse children. Have a little faith for once in your life. 67 years I've endured this since I was like 8 years old. And for God's sakes, man, have a little brightness in your life, or it's just all darkness. And, I feel sorry for those people because they can't even have a little faith, baby. Come on. It ain't that hard. It's not rocket science. I'm a truck driver. So,
Yeah.
Dear God, I've endured everything. And Lou Holt, great guy. Trino was great the last time he was here. That's it. That's what I've had. Last time was, the coach that won the consensus national championship. I was 5 years old. Good God. I need a little something.
What do you
I
want?
can last that much longer.
What do you want, Rod?
Huh?
What do you want? Who do you want?
I think Petrino's the only man with a clear, concise plan about what needs to be done, not an idea about what might be done. I need somebody with a plan. If you're in the Air Force, you have a plan for everything. The 5 Ps. You've got to prepare, or you're going to have a piss-poor performance. And if you don't know how to prepare, because poor Sam, he was never in it. I don't know. And I'm not going to write no notes on no napkins and send it up there to the hill either to see if I get anybody's attention. Just I need a plan, right? That's all.
All right. Thank you, Rod.
Jesus.
Safe.
You bet.
What's a plan? Is that too hard to understand?
He's exasperated. Ryan in Hot Springs, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Hey guys. Hey, I'm looking for just see what Petrino can do with this, with what he's got, and I'm still kind of thinking the outside chance of a bowl game with him still running the offense. He knows how to run a defense. Maybe if anybody could fix it as an interim, you got to think it'd be Petrino. I like the last caller said. I refuse to be in negativity. So there's enough negativity in life. So you know what? Here's for wishful, hopeful thinking. I do want to make a comment, too, on what Hawk Noxious said about on John Gruden, if he came here, what it would be like. I got to strongly disagree with him, because he compares it to the situation at North Carolina. But, that whole thing is a three-ring circus with him and his 24-year-old girlfriend. It's letting her run things over there like that.
I don't think she's running anything.
Well, you know what I'm trying to say, though. But that whole situation is a three-ring circus over there. And
I think she's running
It's not going to be that with John Gruden. I'm just saying. He's too much of a competitor, and he's too much of a football junkie to let that something, be a 3-ring circus here.
He's not coming here, though.
Yeah, Bart on camera.
Yeah, he's not coming.
Yeah, Bart on camera.
Again, I'm not saying that he is. I'm just saying.
I hear you.
That's all I'm saying.
I hear you. You're just saying. I hear you, though.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
Look at Bart. You know what? I got to say.
You don't think John Gruden's going to come?
I kind of just want to see Gruden come here so we can get it over with. Can we just get it over with? Can we have that in us? Can we just get it over with?
I'm down.
I mean, it's been, how many years has this been going on? I mean, at least since, I'm going to say 2 decades. For 2 decades, John Gruden's been meeting.
At Powerhouse.
John Gruden, yes, I was about to say, John Gruden has been rumored around Arkansas so many times that the places that he met, allegedly ADs here, are no longer in business.
That's right. I mean, that's how long it's been.
John and Hamburg. Hold on.
Good morning.
Yes, John.
Hey, John.
What a morning. But, let me correct, let me address Bart about retreads right quick before I get started. You and Bo, you and Chuck do a hell of a job. Thank God that you retreads got this show. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Let's go.
Bunch of retreads.
Yeah.
But thank God that y'all got this show.
Well,
Let me tell you how I feel. I kind of feel like, before I was a Letterman, I was a fan, and Nolan Richardson was why I was a fan. And when it ended in 2002 like it did, I felt bad for Nolan, felt bad for the fans, but I felt bad for Mike. And I always felt like that program wasn't going to heal until Mike came back. And when he came back, I was relieved, and I wanted him to be able to bottle up a little bit of 40 minutes of hell, but deep down, I knew it wasn't going to work. That's kind of how I feel today. I want it to work. I want him to win 3 games, 4 games, show me that, he's got that. And I just kind of wondered, how do y'all feel? How do you really feel when you think, can he recreate what he had in 2010? And before y'all answer, let me correct. I feel like I'm Stephen Miller correcting Rachel Maddow. Sometimes listen to these callers. In 2009, we get screwed in Gainesville and Death Valley, or we have a heck of a year. Okay, I think it's Hog Noxious. He basically just kicked Petrino 2009 performance. That was a great year. We get screwed in Florida and Baton Rouge. But anyway, how do you guys really feel? Do you think he can do it?
Jeez. I mean, well, you mean like after this year? Like, let's say he wins 3 games.
Yeah, do you really think he can do it? Did you really think Mike could recreate Nolan? Do you really think Petrino, his guy, can do what he did?
All right, let's talk about it.
All right.
Let me try to answer it by asking another question. I mean, do we really know that with anybody? I mean, do I think he can do it? Yeah. Do I know he can do it? No. But who do I know that can do it? I have an incredible amount of confidence in Rhett Lashley. People have brought his name up a lot. If I'm Rhett Lashley, and I've known Rhett for a long time, and I think the world of him, and I think he would do great here. But if I'm Rhett Lashley, why in the world am I coming here? What is he, 41? I'm going to come to Arkansas at 41 and try to do something that nobody else has been able to do for 15 years, 42. And I've got a good 18 years of head coaching left in me, maybe more. And I come to Arkansas and it doesn't work, or we're 500 all the time, and maybe we win 8 games one year and whatever. I mean, it's so hard. And just based on history. And then where am I going next once they fire me? And I'm 47 years old, or I'm 48 years old. Where am I going next? Nowhere. The chance of getting another head coaching job after leaving SMU, where you've got everything, including a big-time recruiting area. Why would that happen? So, when you start talking about, do you really think he could do it? I mean, yeah, but what do we really know?
Here's what I honestly think. I mean, he said, what do you honestly think? I don't think that Mike Anderson's a Hall of Fame coach. I think Nolan Richardson is. I love Mike Anderson. He's not a Hall of Fame coach the way Nolan is. That's why Nolan won at that level, because he's a Hall of Fame coach. And as far as Petrino goes, do I really think he can do it? I wouldn't bet a nickel against him. And that's kind of where I am. If
I would agree with that.
Do I think he can do it? I don't know, but I wouldn't bet a nickel against the guy.
I wouldn't either. 7:47. We got to hit a break. Back in a minute. The Chuck and Bo Show. Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The voice of the Razorbacks is Chuck Barrett, and he chose McDonald Eye Associates for his recent cataract surgery.
I went to McDonald Eyes. I can see in a way I've not seen in a long time. And I'm looking forward to this football season because of that. Your eyes are a big deal. I don't care if you're a sports play-by-play guy or what you do. You have to have trust. My trust was developed because I knew they were listening to me.
For your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com.
The Razorback Raffle is back. This raffle is a new and exciting way to support Razorback athletics, whether you're inside Razorback Stadium or calling the Hogs anywhere in the great state of Arkansas. Our inaugural raffle jackpots grew to nearly $500,000 last spring. Now you can be our next big winner, even if you're not in the stadium. Get your raffle ticket purchased to have a chance to win big right now at RazorbackRaffle.com.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds, make the right call.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You're going to be there, right?
Maybe.
Well, I'm saving you a seat.
I'm giving it the big maybe.
The hard maybe.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, we've, and I'm sure we'll continue to have 2 months worth of coaching discussion and then another month or two, maybe. Who knows how long this is ultimately going to go. But, I want to go back to something we were talking about a minute ago, that when it comes time to hire this coach to make the final call, your only criteria, and I hate to say this, your only criteria should be who can win games. You're not hiring this guy to run your university. You're not hiring this guy to do anything but win football games, period. End of story. And I don't think you should think about much else. 20 years ago, I wouldn't have said that. I was still full of idealism back then, I'll admit. But when I look at it now, you better be as bottom line can be when it comes to this decision. Whether you love them, whether you hate them, whether you think they're going to be a jerk, whether you think they're going to be the nicest guy in the world, whether you're going to feel good after you have a conversation with them, or whether you're going to feel terrible walking out of the room. You better make your decision on who can win and stop right there. Because in this era, and maybe it's always been this way, that is all that matters. We can talk about all these other things until we're blue in the face. Winning fixes everything, and losing exacerbates every problem. So you better be thinking about who can win me the most football games.
Obviously, the pushback on that is you can find a winner that does things in a certain way and in a way that you're okay with.
I understand all that.
But at the end of the day, they better be able to win.
That's right.
Now, nobody's getting fired or hired. Well, they might get hired, but nobody's losing their job or keeping their job over how nice they are.
Well, not anymore. I mean, maybe back in the day, but not anymore. And I just think that's got to be your sole criteria. And I realize that there are those who will disagree with that, particularly alums, and I get it. But you better hire you somebody who can win games.
I'll tell you who's winning every day, Chuck. Plainview Beef Company, plainviewbeef.com. If you want clean beef you can count on, beef that you know doesn't have added preservatives in it. The cleanest beef in America. Tastes better for you, direct to consumer. Order 6 8-ounce fillets online for just $99. Use Chuck and Bo as a promo code and get free steak sticks. When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Chris in Fayetteville. You're on the news, weather, information station.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, we're full service, baby.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Why we love a coaching search. It's because the outside world talks about us like we're a sleeping giant. It's the one time that people talk about how great we could be. We go from not winning, because anytime you have a coaching search, it's because you've not won. And then all of a sudden, just for a brief period, everybody's saying, that's a sleeping giant. They got all that money. And just think about all the things they could be. And then 5 years later, we do it again. And that's just kind of how it's been.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
A bunch of big high school games happening. It's Friday. Kids are going to school. Not at all, actually. I forgot. If in Fayetteville, they're out today. I don't know if they got a fall break everywhere else, but Friday, Monday.
Fall break in high school?
Yes. And you know what that means for parents? That's not a break.
Yeah.
Except you didn't have to drive them to school this morning. Big high school game tonight. We had a caller, John from Hamburg, earlier. He said, hey, I got disconnected before I wanted to tell you guys. We got a huge game. Hamburg hosting Warren tonight. We've beat them one time in 25 years. And we
Stadium
think we've got
will be
a shot.
full tonight.
Stadium
will be full in
shot.
Hamburg.
Rogers hosting Bentonville West, Shiloh at Southside, Bryant and PA. Just a few of the big games happening. Varsity Vibe, Arkansas.
Massive Friday.
.com. Sign up for the newsletter. It's free. You'll get all these
Bart's shirt
stories and the schedule. Bart's got the Varsity Vibe shirt on.
Varsity
Vibe AR on social media, and Varsity Vibe. Search that wherever you get podcasts or on YouTube. And Alyssa Orange hosting the Varsity Vibe today, every day. Brandon Marcello has a podcast. He has CBS sideline reporting duties. He's a college football writer, a college football reporter. He lives in Arkansas. He got his start here in Arkansas before he went big and national, but he hasn't forgotten about us here on the Chuck and Bo Show. And he's joining us here at 8:04 on Friday morning. Brandon, good morning.
Wow, that doesn't help my ego.
Well,
that's quite an intro.
We are all about positive thinking and uplifting here at the Chuck and Bo Show. Touching the hearts of Arkansans. But you found yourself right in the middle of some controversy before Pittman was let go. What happened? I have people walking up to me, literally, Brandon. I've had probably 7 to 10 people come up to me and say, "Do you think Petrino sabotaged so Pittman would get fired?"
That's interesting. I never said that.
Well, I know that,
it's
but
amazing.
I mean that's what people run with.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, it's sports brings out the conspiracy theories in people. They stretch things out that they see in the media and reporting, and especially on social media. I can't tell you how many times, even within the last week, I'll be reporting something not even related to Arkansas or something like that, and I've got people going retweeting. They going, see, this is what's going on at Arkansas. This is what he's talking about. Like, what are you? This has nothing to do with you. But a lot of life is about projection, I guess.
What are your colleagues, your national colleagues? What are they saying about what's going on around here?
It's a little crazy to them, but they don't necessarily think it's just like the end of the world. I mean, they very much, when a lot of folks just kind of assumed, I guess, when Bobby Petrino was hired as offensive coordinator, that at some point he might have a chance to be the interim coach if Sam Pittman was fired. I mean, it was very clear, even when Petrino was hired, that, Pittman was kind of on the hot seat anyway. And when you bring in Bobby Petrino and he's the most qualified person on the staff, it just kind of makes sense for him to be pushed up to the interim head coach position. So I think a lot of the national reporters out there have had the better part of the last year and a half to kind of prepare themselves, and with the idea that Bobby Petrino would maybe be the interim coach. And also just a lot of time's passed since, everything happened, 13 years ago. It's been a long time. And, I think the thing that maybe would awaken everybody from the national reporter side maybe would be if Bobby Petrino somehow gets this thing turned around and ends up being the full-time head coach.
What do you think, Brandon, about that happening? And what would make Petrino a good fit, the right fit for Arkansas, or what wouldn't make him that right now?
Well, he would have to, one, of course, win. I would think he need to at least go 4-3 here down the stretch, which is very, very hard to do against this schedule. I'd also be interested to hear kind of what his plan would be for the future. I've got a story coming out some point today, this morning, I believe, that we've been working on for quite some time. And I talked to Coach Petrino earlier this week for it. And, I'd be interested to kind of hear what his plans would be for the future, considering NIL situation, revenue sharing, because he hasn't been a head coach in this new era with NIL on this level of football. And I think more importantly, guys, I could go on a big rant here, but you've got to have a plan around your head coach that puts you in the position to be successful. I mean, you got to be a good coach, good CEO, good developer of talent, yes, but you need money, you need support structure, you need some clarity to really go along with all that. You need a big package to help support your CEO, head coach these days. And until you really kind of hear a clear plan for that, I'm not going to sit here and say this is what Bobby Petrino would look like as a head coach in this new era, because I don't quite know what Arkansas's plan is to support their coach.
Brandon, it seems like from the outside looking in that, Petrino's got the inside track from a lining up the money standpoint, if you want to put it like that. I just wonder, are you hearing anything from behind the scenes about things in that regard? And do you think he actually has the inside track in that area?
I think to a certain extent, yes, right now. But that would change probably if you start hearing some certain names to get support and actually show interest in the job. I'm not so certain that everybody is on Coach Petrino's side when it comes to the booster side. I think some are, and I've talked to some. Very clearly they are. I think also a lot of them are just sitting there waiting to see what happens if he ends up winning. I mean, winning cures everything. I mean, that erases a lot of doubt for people. I think it'll erase some qualms they've had for what happened 13 years ago. I think some people are pretty upset still that what it did to the program, because you went from Arkansas being maybe a national title contender back in 2012 to just an absolute disaster. And they've been lost in the woods for the better part of these last 12 to 13 years. And a lot of folks, some folks in the state of Arkansas that are powerful still kind of blame Petrino for that. But he's got a chance here to he does have a second chance here. And I think the best thing for him is just to focus on these next 7 weeks, see what he can do with it, and then go from there. But again, it's so important to me that they need to have a plan around the coach. They need to have some very, very good structure.
Yeah, that's everybody. Brandon Marcello, CBS Sports. I mean, to me, if you're not doing that in today's college football landscape, it's more important than ever. It's always been important. But the opportunities that exist now, you can't maximize those if you don't do that. Hey, by the way, when you talked to him, was there what came out of that conversation? You alluded to that. What came out of your conversation with Coach Petrino?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about the past, but we mostly focused on kind of what the last few years have been like, even right before he got to Arkansas. We talked about, his grandkids, his home life, what things are like there. And then also just what's really affected him the last few years that's helped him change as a coach. I'd heard from people around him that, his father's death back in 2018 really, really affected him. I mean, they were super close, as you guys know. His father, Bob Sr., was at a lot of practices. I can even remember way back when it was first in as Arkansas head coach, he would be in the stands watching practices all the time. And, Coach Petrino told me that he didn't handle it very well in that summer before the 2018 season, and he thinks it negatively affected him going into that year. And they went 2-8, and he got fired near the end of the season. He said he didn't handle it very well. This story that we've been working on for the last month and a half, 2 weeks, has mostly been about trying to understand who Bobby Petrino the man was and who Bobby Petrino the man is today, and why it makes sense that he's in this position now at Arkansas with a chance to maybe be the full-time head coach. And hopefully we paint a complete picture of that, talking to people close to him, including the man himself and the players he's touched along the way. And I'm looking forward to that finally getting published here later today.
You think there's a difference? Have things changed with him from the last several years?
Yeah, I think so. Just talking to former players and the way he reacts around them, yes, I think he has changed. And, I'll give you a little anecdote. I heard stories about how he was at Missouri State. He would leave candy bars in his office to get players to come up and hang out with him and talk to him and just chill out. I told some Arkansas players that, and they went, "What? He did what? He would have never done that for us." So yeah, I think he's kind of eased up a little bit.
Yeah, that's interesting. All right, shifting gears. Unless, Chuck, you have anything. But we could go on and on.
I'm listening.
It's fascinating. That's going to be out on CBSSports.com today?
Yes, any minute now.
Okay.
In the editor's hands.
So if you follow Brandon Marcello on Twitter, he'll I'm sure post it there at Brandon or at B Marcello on Twitter. But you can find it at CBSSports.com. Okay, shifting gears. What is going on at North Carolina?
I'll say this. I think there's a lot of rumors that kind of got out of control this week. I talked to an assistant coach there a couple of days ago, and they're like, I don't quite understand some of the things that are being said, but it's kind of all systems go here, and they haven't heard anything differently. I do believe that the reports that were out there about Bill Belichick potentially negotiating his buyout and look at all that, I think that was very, very premature. And that's kind of what happens in these type of situations when you have such a big-time head coach and things are kind of imploding in front of them. They're in a bye week, and all it takes is like one or two weird rumors, and then all of a sudden it starts just kind of blossoming from there, and people start putting their own spin on it, right? And listen, things are not great there. And it hasn't been great, really, to be quite honest, since they hired him or even during the process of hiring him. This all started, listen, the athletics director, Bubba Cunningham, wasn't trying to go hire Bill Belichick. He was wanting to go get a younger coach, an up-and-comer, maybe someone like John Summerall at Tulane. And instead he got kind of, superseded by some board of trustees members, some boosters, and said, hey, we've been talking to Bill Belichick. It'd be great to get him. But, that's great. Look at the guy's resume on paper. It's fantastic, but he has no college football experience. And he came into a situation, and this is what I think ultimately has been part of his downfall from talking to people over there, is that he came in with a bunch of people that he's known forever that have no college football experience, and they came into that program saying, in no uncertain terms, we know better than you. And that is the worst way to go about approaching any situation in life, let alone at a major, I would say, not that's college football, but like into a corporation where you're taking over an entire corporation there in North Carolina with football. And it's been an absolute disaster. And I think that they finally have realized, what we're doing here isn't quite working. We need to course correct. And even in the course correction, they're turning off the side of the road. You've got Mike Lombardi, a very successful general manager and friend of Bill Belichick over the years, writing a letter to boosters and fans, like pretty much saying, hey, the way we're doing things, you need to be patient about it and all this. And we're going to sign 40 freshmen this year, which is a complete turnaround of what they did in year one. And they're asking the fans for patience, but you're also asking the fans to be patient with Bill Belichick, who is only signed like a 3-year deal and is 73 years old, and you're telling them to be patient for the next couple of years? That makes no sense, even at face value. It's just not going well there, and it's going to be fascinating to watch how it all ends up.
How it all unravels, because it's going to unravel.
How it's going to end.
It's unraveling.
It's just a question of when.
It's done. All right, we got to run, but real quick, a couple thoughts on the weekend. Big games this weekend. You got a couple you want to mention?
Yeah, I'm going. Indiana, Oregon's going to be great. I think it's going to be tighter than a lot of people think, even though it's at Oregon. I can't wait for Mizzou, Alabama. I think that could potentially be an upset there because of Ahmad Hardy, the running back of Mizzou. If you haven't watched him, he's incredible. I can't wait. And also, listen, quick thing in Arkansas. I could have talked about them for 30 minutes about everything, but in this day and age, you need to have money. The boosters. Listen, I don't have money, but boosters, guys are going to need to step up if they want to attract the type of coach they want here and put a plan around them. Very similarly to what happened with Coach Cal when he was hired here. And I think everybody needs to awaken themselves to that, because that's the way college football is now. I know everybody says you need to play within the rules and everything, and there are rules and everything, but there are universities out there that are doing everything in their power to make sure they don't get left behind, guys. And what I mean by that is this. I think Arkansas is in an inflection point, much like it was when it left the Southwest Conference all those years ago. And the reason why I say that is this. We don't know what college football is going to look like in 5 to 10 years, and I'm warning everybody about this. A split of some sort is going to come. The big brands, the ones that are really winning right now, are going to go off potentially and form their own football-only league. The tea leaves are being read. The ACC changed their entire agreement just recently, allowing any of those schools to leave their conference for a football-only conference at a lessened penalty financially. Everybody is preparing. The big brands are preparing. That's why you're seeing schools like Texas Tech putting all this money into their programs, trying to win now and win big, because they do not want to be left behind. Arkansas, you are in that position right now, and if this goes south, you're going to pay for it for decades. This is an inflection point, not just for the entire state of Arkansas, but for college football, and I think people around the country and in the state need to realize what is potentially on the horizon.
That's real. That is real.
There's a lot of truth to that right there.
Brandon, thank you. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the games. We'll talk soon, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Brandon.
See you guys.
Brandon Marcello, CBS Sports. Check his article out on Petrino today. 8:20. It's Friday. Back in a minute with Bart's Locks. You guys are part of my family. Everyone that listens to this show is just part of the Chuck and Bo family. We're building a community here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag is still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
The voice of the Razorbacks is Chuck Barrett, and he chose McDonald Eye Associates for his recent cataract surgery.
I went to McDonald Eye. I can see in a way I've not seen in a long time. And I'm looking forward to this football season because of that. Your eyes are a big deal. I don't care if you're a sports play-by-play guy or what you do. You have to have trust. My trust was developed because I knew they were listening to me.
For your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
Today's been it's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here. Let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
Well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I was just thinking this morning on the drive in, boy, it's going to be nice to see Chuck. And I don't usually think that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, we got to get to Bart's Locks.
Yes,
but
we
let me tell
do.
you about Teamwork Roofing and Construction. People you can count on to communicate with you, use quality materials that are going to last, do the job right. I mean, that's the biggest thing. When you're getting your roof done, I mean, you only got one crack at it, or you're going to be dealing with it over and over and over again. Why not use the best crews, the best materials, the people you can count on and trust because of how they're going to communicate with you throughout the process. And if anything were to come up, they're going to handle that for you and deal with it professionally and appropriately and on time. On time, on budget, a clean job site. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, that's how they've built their business. Built on quality, powered by teamwork. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Get a quote today. All right, here we go.
Locks.
Bart's Locks.
Talk to us, Bart. 8:25 Friday morning. What do you have?
Yeah. Well, a quick programming note, so to speak, on the locks. There was a game that I really liked and was going to be featured in the locks this week. Oklahoma and Texas. Oklahoma was a 3-point dog earlier in the week. I took it there. I bet
your own money.
I bet Oklahoma plus 3.
Breakfast fund.
Yeah. They bet our entire breakfast fund.
I bet Oklahoma plus 3. That line has since flipped all the way. It's moved 4 points. Oklahoma is now a 1-point favorite in the game. There's a ton of uncertainty around John Mateer, whether he's going to play or not. I liked it at plus 3 with or without him. Don't love them as a short favorite But just keep an eye on that line.
Gosh,
if
I hope
it
they
drifts.
win.
But you
We'll have
moved it off your
breakfast.
locks page,
I've
right?
moved it off.
It's
I've
off.
moved it
It's
off the locks.
Off the
yeah.
board.
So
It's
we've
off Bart's
gone.
board.
We've gone in a
But
different
Bart's
direction.
on it. He was on it early in the week.
We've gone in a
We
different
need to do
direction.
locks on Monday. Let us know. Go ahead. Bart continues.
We will start in the ACC. Pitt at Florida State. The Noles a 10.5-point favorite in this one. They are 5-4-1 against the spread in their last 10 games against Pittsburgh. Mike Norvell, a losing record as a home favorite against the spread. Pitt made a quarterback change before their last game. They had lost 2 in a row, close games. They lost in overtime to West Virginia. They lost by a touchdown to Louisville. They made a quarterback change, and their offense looked completely different. I mean, it looked maybe the best it's ever looked, under their current coaching staff. They blew out Boston College. This is an 11 a.m. kickoff in Tallahassee. I think Florida State's going to be tight. They're 0-2 in the ACC. I think FSU is going to come out tight. I like Pitt to cover, maybe even surprise and pull the upset. But I like Pitt to cover.
That's a gutsy pick.
10.5 is a key line. I wouldn't love it as much at 9.5, but 10.5.
This is why you
Pitt,
listen. There you go. Pitt
10.5.
plus 10.5.
Big game in the Big Ten. Oregon is hosting Indiana. The Ducks, a 7-point favorite. Look, here's the deal. Kurt Cignetti, 0-2 against good teams at Indiana.
All right.
Google it.
Played 2 good teams in a year and a half now at Indiana. Lost both those games. This is also a 3-time zone game for Indiana. They are going from East time to the West Coast.
There we go.
Don't love that. We've seen teams go from the East Coast to the West Coast and perform poorly, and go from the West Coast to the East Coast and perform poorly. The Ducks, quack, quack, quack. Give me the Ducks. The Mighty Ducks, -7.
-7.
Taking
okay.
the Ducks.
All right, no hook. Okay, final one. Here we go.
Alabama is at Missouri. Missouri is a 3-point underdog.
Oh, yeah.
This game, let me tell you.
Are you going with the Fighting Eli's?
Let me tell you.
Yeah, let me tell you.
Let me tell you. When this line came out, I was like, that's a trap. That's a trap. Bama being that short of a favorite on the road at Miami or at Missouri, that's a trap. And then I saw where everybody is taking Missouri. Mm-hmm. Everybody is taking the points.
And that was the trap.
Playing Missouri +3.
Yeah.
I think that's the trap.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that.
Missouri hasn't won a top 15 showdown at home since the bicentennial. Since 1976. That's the last time they won a top 15 matchup at home.
That's my
Alabama's better. Missouri hasn't played anybody. Nobody, man. And they have struggled in games against good teams under Eli Drinkwitz. Bama. Roll Tide. Play Dixieland Delight. Let's go. Alabama -3.
There he has it.
I think Mizzou rushes the field.
Oh, yeah.
Pitt +10.5. Oregon -7. Alabama -3 at Missouri. Eat your heart out, Tigers.
Those are gutsy picks.
There it is.
I'll give you that. You didn't shy away. There's no New Mexico.
Sometimes
in there.
you got to go against the grain. New Mexico, 16.5-point dogs at Boise State this week.
Who you
That was a
taking?
bonus pick?
No, I'm just saying. Chuck mentioned New Mexico. I was just telling you what
got
the.
you.
Well,
Well,
I'm staying away from.
You can
that.
watch all the games.
Staying away from Georgia Auburn, but would lean Georgia in that game. I don't believe in Hugh.
Bet all the games on Oaklawn Sports. We'll talk to Zach Gillum coming up. Watch all the games at Walk-On. 60 televisions. They'll have all the games on. Great food. Great beers on tap. Ask for Flight by Yuengling on tap. It's the next generation of light beer. Tastes like a Yuengling, but it's only 95 calories. Raise the bar with a Flight by Yuengling. 8:31. Zach Gillum coming up next.
You can tell I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicher Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicher Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge.
Particularly in the South, I'm not sure there's a title that carries more weight than coach. Maybe preacher.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
you one thing, but listen, what a great show. The best sports show in the state is, no doubt, the Chuck and Bo Show. No doubt about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
What to watch is coming up before we get out of here. Bart will tell us what time the games are this weekend. Of course, that's brought to you by Macadoodles. We'll go through some Oaklawn sports apps, betting lines going into the weekend. We just got Bart's locks. Pitt plus 10.5. Oregon -7.
Hey, gutsy collection
and
of locks.
Bama
Hey,
-3.
talking about the locks, we got a YouTube comment about can you tweet the locks out?
We do.
We do. So
Yeah.
that's the answer.
Yeah.
If you can't recall the locks, it is on all of our social media
Where
channels.
can you find us on social media,
At
Edward?
Chuck and Bo Show.
At Chuck and Bo Show.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok,
And what's,
YouTube.
And what's the Plainview beef code, Edward?
Chuck and Bo.
That's it. Chuck and Bo.
One word, all lowercase, no special characters.
12 free beef sticks, clean beef, not chewy.
Heck of a deal.
Tastes great,
Yeah.
a lot of protein. And you get 12 free ones if you make an order of steaks and include the promo code Chuck and Bo.
That's it.
That's it.
Pretty simple.
That is.
Yeah. That's exciting. And those are good
We
beef sticks,
had
too.
them yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
At our big lunch that Edward wasn't invited to.
No.
But you know who was there? Hog Trough Gutters was there.
They were there.
Mike was there from Hog Trough
He
Gutters.
was. It was good to see him. And if you're having trouble with your gutters or you've got some drainage issues around your house, Hogcroft Gutters is the answer. They are locally owned right here in our backyard. They've operated 30 years or so now. They do it all. Seamless gutters. They make them on site. They do trenching work, French drains. They're fully licensed and insured. And every job comes with a 20-year warranty. Now, they service the entire area, Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. But if you're outside those areas, you can text them. Take a picture of your situation, text them. A lot of times they can look at the picture, and they can at least give you a pretty good assessment about what the issue might be. They'll let you know for free if you need to come to them or if you don't have anything to worry about. But log on, find out more, hoggutters.com.
So I did this, Chuck,
Mm-hmm.
and they sent me a quote and basically drew me an outline of how to fix my issue.
Really?
Because I've got one issue where
Mm-hmm.
the water just comes down when it rains on the corner of the house and just
Right.
sits there.
Yeah.
Well,
Collects.
not good, right?
Mosquitoes.
And you don't want that.
No.
Bart, what do we have? Let's do lines and games. Okay. I don't know if Zach's available today from Oakland, so we'll fill in. This is what we're going to do anyhow. We'll fill in. Let's go games, game times with what to watch.
Yep.
And the spread on these games.
Okay.
The big
So,
ones this
yeah,
week
yeah.
for the weekend.
Ohio State and Illinois.
Yep.
Big game, big noon kickoff, 11 a.m. on Fox.
That's when you do the big games,
it's a
11 a.m.
Silly name for the big noon kickoff, and it only affects a quarter of the time zones. But Ohio State's a 14.5-point favorite on the road at Illinois. In
Okay,
that one.
14.5 points.
14.5.
Do you think Illinois covers?
Staying
away from that?
I'm staying away.
I
I would lean an Illinois cover though. Also at 11 a.m., the game I'll be watching, Alabama and Missouri, top 15 matchup.
Another
there
big
in
game at
Columbia.
11 a.m.
11 a.m. ABC. Alabama is a 3-point favorite on the road. Also at 11 a.m., Pitt and Florida State. I have all sorts of 11 a.m. things to watch. Pitt and Florida State, that's at 11 on ESPN. Of course, Pitt is a 10.5-point dog in that one. And then as we move through to the afternoon window, Indiana, Oregon at 2:30 on CBS. The Ducks, a 7-point favorite. Oklahoma and Texas, the Red River Shootout at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. Oklahoma now a 1-point favorite in that. That's at 2:30 on ABC. Virginia Tech is also at Georgia Tech. That's on the ACC network at that same time. Of course, Arkansas and Tennessee, 3:15. The Vols, a 12.5-point favorite on the SEC network. And then moving to the evening window, Florida is at Texas A&M, number 5 Texas A&M. That is prime time on ESPN. And the Aggies are a 7.5-point favorite. And that one, Georgia at Auburn, 6:30 ABC. Georgia, a 4-point favorite in that one. Of course, Michigan's at USC. That's the NBC night game as well. South Carolina's at LSU on the SEC network.
So the Florida A&M game, that's at 6 on ESPN?
6 on ESPN, yep.
Okay.
Is that in Gainesville or College Station?
It's at College Station.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a great slate of games.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It's interesting that like the biggest matchups are not the primetime games.
This 11 a.m. thing, Bart, I mean, I'm just telling you, they've flipped you. They flipped you to 11 a.m. being primetime. People want to watch games in the morning. They want to watch them at brunch. They want to watch them during the day. They want to watch them before they got everything else going on. They want a full day of football. We don't want trash games at 11. We want great games all day.
Yeah, I honestly, and I'm going to say this, and this is not something I think that I've ever said in my life.
Oh, my God.
I feel bad for Missouri fans. I feel bad for Missouri
because they've
fans.
got Bama coming to town with a chance to win, and they got to play at 11 a.m.
One of the biggest games in program history for them. Big top 15 matchup, and it's at 11 a.m.
And they're having a blackout. Did you see
and
where
I feel really bad for Missouri fans.
Did you see where
that's
Drink,
the only time I'll ever say that.
Drink was on the SEC teleconference.
Mm-hmm.
So the coaches call in at their time, media asks questions, and then the next coach comes on, and then the media asks questions. Well, DeBoer was coming on right after Drink, and Missouri's having a blackout. And Kalen DeBoer has this lucky hoodie he wears, air quotes, lucky hoodie, black. And so Drink stuck around for the teleconference, and DeBoer had to field a question from Drink.
Coach, it looks like your next question is going to come from Eli Drinkwitz of Missouri Athletics.
Hey, Kalen, are you going to wear the black hoodie of death on the sideline this game with us wearing black jerseys?
Oh, Coach Drink. I gotta fit in somehow. So I'm more than likely. We'll see what the forecast is. I kind of know, but I'm expecting that. So it's kind of got its own life of its own right now. So we're rolling with it.
That's the only question I needed to find out for the day. All right. See you.
There you go.
Oh, the humor among coaches.
Awkward.
Side splitting.
Awkward.
I'm doubling down on Alabama.
Side splitting.
Doubling down.
Side splitting. What to watch brought to you by Macadoodles. We're Wednesdays. It's Wine Down Wednesday. That's 15% off every bottle of wine in the store. But it's about the experience when you go there. I mean, they've got an incredible selection. There's just a different feel when you go in Macadoodles, and they've got somebody waiting to help you with whatever your needs are. There are a number of people to help with customer service. They'll help you find what you need. Then they'll carry it out to your vehicle, give you the experience, the shopping experience and customer service that you expect because you've been to Macadoodles before and you know it's there. And you can earn loyalty points and get rewards for doing that. So ask about that when you go to Macadoodles, just north of the state line, north of Bella Vista, or at Guess Who in Bentonville. It's 8:44. It's Friday morning. Good morning. Chuck has a little bit of a bad habit of getting on Facebook and buying things.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Man, there's nothing like a perfect steak. So tender, juicy, and packed with flavor. And now, thanks to Plainview Beef, it's clean with no hidden chemicals. Plainview Beef feeds their cattle with wheatgrass sprouts, and their beef is loaded with nutrients your body needs. I'm telling you, you gotta try it. PlainviewBeef.com. Order direct to your house. Check out their menu, which includes 6 8-ounce fillets for just $99. Again, it's PlainviewBeef.com. Use the promo code Chuck and Bo and get a free 12-pack of beef sticks. PlainviewBeef.com.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds, make the right call.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hog Trough Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up, and don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hog Trough, you get the best of both worlds: professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection, or visit hoggutters.com.
There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party, or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
So I spent yesterday. You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Special place. I mean, that's why I'm so fortunate that I was able to come back here, you know, and I think that we've got to get it back to that special place where everybody in the state is behind the Hogs.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Gray Hogs in Booger County. Probably the last word of the day as we head into the weekend.
Hey, guys. How y'all doing today?
Great.
Hey, got a quick question. Got a quick thought real quick. I know next week is Bart's big day over in Mountain Home.
That's right. Big Creek on Tuesday.
Big Creek on Tuesday. Well, after that, I got a really great idea. So we've got Bart on the Chuck and Bo. Well, we need to get Ty from the Rush Hour, and we need to have a champion between them. And we need to put both shows together and sit out there and have Chuck, Bo, and Tommy commentating and have those two do a round of golf.
I'm sure they would love nothing more. I'm sure I'd be a free shot at Bart. We're gonna have to have some credentials come to the table before
I mean, Bart's an accomplished, golfer. I mean, he doesn't just play with just anybody.
I think Bart can take Ty.
Yeah,
I think he's whooping.
I think so too. But it's like, why play Arkansas State? You know what I'm saying?
True too.
Like, why play?
True too.
What do you have to gain?
Point.
What do you have to gain?
Great point.
Ty'd be out there with those flowing locks and a visor. He'd have all his frat buddies up to hang out and heckle, and
there'd be bros everywhere.
There'd be bros everywhere with shirts off and painted.
I don't play that type of golf.
Yeah.
Bart could always call
tucks his shirt in.
Champion.
Not always.
He would be the champion.
Bart,
he'd be the champion of Arkansas.
I just have this vision of Bart shooting 89 at Big Creek on Tuesday and smoking a big fat cigar when he's done.
Yeah, that might happen.
Can you see that, Chuck?
I can.
Yeah.
With a lot of talking. Coming off the 18th green to a lot of talking.
Oh, yeah.
Bart
you're going
to shoot an 86.
Okay. You think he's going to shoot an 86?
So he's going to break it with ease.
86 for Bart.
Yeah. If Bart's going,
Bart's all over
is Bart spending, thanks for the call, Grey Hog. Have a great weekend. Is Bart spending the weekend practicing? Is he getting ready? Is he going to go hit balls, work on a short game? No, he's going to the lake.
Yeah. Is that
He's
right?
got
Get
it in
the mind
bag.
right. Get the mind right.
You're not worried, in other words.
No, I'm.
You know your swing's good. You know your swing's fine.
Look. There's a driving range. I'll get a warm up in before we play, and we'll be fine.
That's when the money.
He's going to start. He's going to do some stretches, a little yoga.
I will do.
You
some
do
stretches
stretches for the people. Will you let them watch you go through your pre-round routine?
Don't forget anybody wants to watch.
Actually they do, Bart. There are a lot of people over there that want to come. They want to watch you. You need to show them your pre-round routine.
Don't forget about the community outreach, the youth
clinic
right before on the driving range.
The clinic.
Hey, by the way, quick thoughts on the game before I tell you. Before we give you those, Blakeman's has that big bridal weekend this weekend, today and tomorrow, featuring new engagement rings, loose diamonds, wedding bands. If you're currently ring shopping or going to be within the year, this is an opportunity to shop and learn from our top design partners. You don't want to miss this. 10 to 6 today at Blakeman's, 10 to 5 tomorrow. When they do an event there, it's an experience. So if you get a chance, go to Blakeman's this weekend, Pinnacle Hills Parkway and Rogers. All right, what are our thoughts on the Tennessee game?
I think Tennessee's going to win. I think Tennessee's a better team. I like Arkansas to keep it close for a little while, but I think look, I mean, Tennessee's a 12.5-point favorite for a reason. They're the better team. I think they are.
You think Arkansas covers?
At Knoxville, probably not.
No. Okay, all right.
I'd take Tennessee.
Chuck, you're calling the game, so you can't predict
I'm going to pull a Kirk Herbstreit.
What are your thoughts?
Got to stop their run because Tennessee's going to spread the field. I mean, they're going to have receivers a step away from the sideline on both sides. They're going to try to spread you out and run the ball. If you can stop the run, you got a shot. If you can't, you don't.
I want to see all-out effort from Arkansas.
And I think
I want to see them flying to the ball on defense. I want to see them setting an edge, and I want to see them take better angles on defense.
See, I expect that because
I
think they've been drilled on that for
I think if that
solid weeks.
I think that happens, and we get a semblance of the offense that we had a couple of games ago, and you got a chance in the second half. And, it's a matter of not turning the ball over. But I hope this game comes down to, somebody making plays and not Arkansas just falling apart. Self-imploding, turning it over, not being in position.
Arkansas will
try to give them a game.
I think they'll try to run the ball more than you think. I think they'll play some keep away with Tennessee, too.
I would not bet this game. I would not bet against Arkansas in this game. I'm not necessarily saying I'd bet for them either. Man, I think it's going to be a little closer than people might think. Almost 9 o'clock. Have a great weekend.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many